that the Epstein files, it continues. It's even worse. I just spent hours listening to another testimony. And when the testimony came out just in the last few days, that's when they pump up the Minnesota. Pump up the Minnesota, beat a few more people up, kill a few more people. Get everybody to look over there. Don't look. And again, I'm not talking about just trafficking. I'm talking about outrageous snuff films, murdering young, I would say children, youth. They're supposed to be graveyards filled with missing kids, and no one knew who they were. I know I sound like a crazy person, I know, but it's not. There is a testimony, Sasha Riley. I ask people to go and investigate and listen to it yourself. There are some issues.
This is me.
This was me.
This is me.
When I met Jeffrey Epstein.
This is me when I met Jeffrey Epstein.
I suffered so much pain. I was 14 years old.
I was 16 years old.
I was 16.
17.
14 years old.
There are about 1,000 of us.
It's time to bring the secrets out of the shadows. It's time to shine a light into the darkness.
According to new bombshell emails, Sarah Ferguson visited Jeffrey Epstein just days after he was released from prison and took Beatrice and Eugenie with her. The former Duchess of York is said to have taken Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie to see the paedophile in July 2009, less than a week after he was freed from a Florida jail for child sex crimes. Sick Epstein had served 12 months for soliciting a child for prostitution and was placed under house arrest. At the time of the visit, Beatrice and Eugenie would have been aged 20 and 19 respectively. Emails seen by The Telegraph show the group met at Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, where the paedophile served vegetable lasagna prepared by a Parisian chef.
I was only 14 years old when I met Jeffrey. It was the summer of high school. I was working 3 jobs to try to support my mom and my sister when a friend of mine in the neighborhood told me that I could make $300 to give an older guy a massage. It went from a dream job to the worst nightmare. Jeffrey assistant Leslie Groff would call me and tell me that I needed to be at the house so often that I ended up dropping out of high school before 9th grade. And I never went back. I had no way out. I was, until he finally told me that I was too old. There are many pieces of my story that I can't remember, no matter how hard I try. The constant state of wonder causes me so much fear and so much confusion. My therapist says that my brain is just trying to protect itself, but it's so hard to begin to heal knowing that there are people out there who know more about my abuse than I do.
Is your money dirty money?
If you look,
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it, a heart thing.
But you earned it.
I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it, advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money. You're a mathematician. We walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from a, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
What's tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest. You're the
yes.
lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them,
if I told them
the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself
said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Because you have all the attributes. You're incredibly smart. You remember, the devil is somebody who knows
smart?
It really happened. You're quite sure of that?
Yeah.
During these ceremonies, was Satan the devil ever referred to?
He was called Lucifer.
What did they say about the devil, about Lucifer?
That killing the people made him happy.
Sacrifices to please the devil. According to Teresa, the worst rituals took place at a house, somewhere in the country.
It was big, expensive. From the front it looked like a castle. It had a long drive and big double wooden doors.
Do you think they were rich people then?
Very rich.
Teresa was always drugged, or on a couple of occasions she says she was knocked out, so that she never fully knew the route.
There was a tramp who was brought in once, and he was killed. He was cut from his throat down to his stomach, and that they ate him, or bits of him.
They killed a man at a ceremony?
Yeah.
In front of you?
Yeah, in front of all of us.
Did the tramp, did this man fight back?
No, I think he was, drunk or something. He seemed really dopey. He was laughing a lot when he was brought in. And he started screaming when they began to cut. But after a while, he died. I'd seen a few killings before then. Although I wasn't used to it, that was the worst one. I really don't know what I thought. I suppose I thought, thank God it's not me.
Let me get this right now. Are you saying that you saw more than one person killed in that house?
Yeah. I've seen loads of babies killed there. Just newborn babies.
How did you meet Epstein?
I was 22, and I am the earliest publicly known survivor. I was raped by Jeffrey Epstein in 1991. Back in 1991, in the US, as I understood it, rape was determined by how much you resisted. And because I froze in that moment and then proceeded to blame myself because I froze, I thought, well, nobody's gonna believe me. So I carried it for a really long time, and it actually took the first 4 victims coming out in Julie K. Brown's Perversion of Justice in 2018 for me to actually recognize what had happened wasn't my fault. That I thought for 27 years, I thought I was the only person he had raped. I assumed I was the only one.
I say publicly quite frequently that I didn't even know that I was trafficked until Epstein was arrested in 2019. And when I realized that I had been trafficked, I had all of those preconceived notions about what trafficking was. And so I really had to immerse myself in the national anti-trafficking movement. And that is how I learned what trafficking was, and that it was not my fault, because I also, for decades, thought that I was the only one this happened to.
Do you think that your stories and what we have just heard has been lost in some of the politics around this and the larger kind of story that seems to be taking place as we talk about Epstein?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We frequently see and hear other people who were not involved in this case commenting about this case, but we're the ones who experienced this crime. When you look past the headlines and you look at what this story is really about, we were young women who were just starting our lives. We had hopes, we had dreams, and our experience with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, in my case, really just took that all away.